Welcome to day 4 of our California travel vlog. This was probably up there with one of my favorite days on the trip. Driving down the PCH1, if you've never done it, is an incredible thing to do. It's just one stunning view after another, and as you drive along, you'll just keep pulling over and pulling over and pulling over and noticing how incredible the views are. I put a lot of these views up there with some of my favorites from Greece and Spain and Hawaii, and they just keep coming mile after mile. So this was one of my favorite days for that reason. We also had a great time in Santa Cruz and a bunch of other little towns. We also had some really good food this day, as you guys will see in the video. A lot of delicious stuff, and mainly my favorite, which was this awesome little chocolate shop. But first we gotta get some breakfast before we hit the road. Finding somewhere to have breakfast was definitely not easy in Sonoma and Sausalito across the bridge there, but we finally found this little diner. They had some smoothies. That was easy, done. We got them and hit the road. As a warning, if you guys do not like these kind of views, you might want to skip way ahead. I took probably 200 videos or so of this stuff, and I ended up, saving about 15 or 20 of them for the video. But there were just so many beautiful, amazing views along the route. At this point, we were pretty much starving. Those smoothies were definitely not much to fill us up. And it was pretty hard to find vegan restaurants along this area when I looked online, but I actually found this little Mexican place. Everyone said it was great, so we went there, checked it out. It was actually kind of like attached to like a gas station, so I didn't know what to think of it at first, but as soon as we walked in and we saw like the little buffet area of different types of salsas and fresh made salsas, I knew it was going to be good, and it was just what we needed. Lots of good food, lots of beans and protein and carbs, and just really amazing sauces. Probably the best salsa verde I've ever had. right around this part of the footage at the lighthouse. For some reason, I guess it was just really pretty, and I was having a lot of kind of memories and stuff, and for some reason I kind of had a quick emotional breakdown for a minute there. Luckily nobody else saw it, but Jamie kind of caught on when I was looking kind of sad and stuff like that. So this was kind of a tough 15 or 20 minutes here. I just had a lot of thoughts kind of flooding in about my dad, and about how much, you know, I wish he could have been there with me and seen all this stuff and all these great views, and how much he would have enjoyed it. So while I was sitting there crying like a baby off in the distance, Jamie happened to spot me, kinda. She noticed, and long story short, I'm really grateful to have Jamie. She always takes care of me when I need it. What's really great is, you know, we've been together now for 10 years, and what I appreciate so much about that situation and many others is that nothing really needed to be said. She knew what I was upset about. I didn't have to explain anything to her, and I'm really fortunate to have her and to have someone that kind of gets me like that. And as my dad always said about her, she was the best because she wouldn't take any shit from me.
All together, caught in the cold, and I got no change to spare me to survive the night. Wish I could stay for a while. The time that you kept me alive, precious, I'll keep it close to me.
We were just driving along here and we saw a little fruit vendor on the side and had to stop by. They had 5 avocados for $1. We pay about $1.50 for our avocados over here, so 5 for $1 is pretty cool. But they had some really good looking berries. We grabbed some strawberries and they were awesome.
The streets are like my stage, waiting for a chance to pave my way. Will it be today? Will it be today? Will it be today? Will it be today?
would highly encourage you, if you take this drive, to really take your time and pull over at every single pull-off that you see, because a lot of times you might go, well, I've already seen something like that, I've already seen something like that. Pretty much every single pull-off, there's something unique about it. It might be the same rocks, the same ocean, obviously, but there's a little cove, there's a little cutout, or there's some kind of beautiful flowers or something that pops out every single time you pull over. So I really would recommend it. Don't rush through it. Take every single pull-off that looks okay. It is definitely well worth it. So we pulled into downtown Santa Cruz, and the first thing on my mind was getting some chocolate. I'd seen pictures online of Monterey and the sipping chocolate flights and the hot chocolate flights, so I was super excited about it, and it did not disappoint. They had a lot of cool options on the menu. Jamie ended up getting a frozen chocolate chai, and that was just incredible. Easily the best frozen chocolate type of drink I've ever had. I would take this over any milkshake any day of the week. It had little chocolate shavings on top and little cacao nibs all over and the inside of it. And so as you're sipping along, you're just getting these little bites of cacao nibs. It was just unbelievable. The guy working there was really cool. I don't know if he owned it or not, but he brought us out a couple little spoonfuls of some chocolate he was making in the back, and those were amazing. Then we get to my sipping chocolate flight. If you are a serious chocolate lover and you are ever near this place, you have got to go. What was so amazing about this, it wasn't that it was like the best chocolate I've ever had, even though it may have been. I've had a lot of chocolate. The most impressive part was that each sipping chocolate was incredibly unique. One tasted like fruit and berries, one tasted like more traditional cacao that I recognized, and they were just incredibly unique and very different, more so than I'd ever really tasted before. Typically, if I've done sipping chocolates or really premium chocolates, they taste pretty similar. They'll have a little note here or there of citrus or fruit, but these were really distinct and really impressive. This is what happens when you forget something in the car twice, and then your girlfriend forgets something in the car as well, and you spend 10 minutes walking to the car and walking back to the camera. Jamie and I were both really impressed with the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. It was just a nice place to be. It was fairly clean and everyone was pretty nice. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like a Jersey Shore or Coney Island or East Coast type of boardwalk, but just nicer, cleaner, more things to do, and a really cool place. Alright, so we just got done walking on the beach, checking out Santa Cruz. Definitely one of my favorite cities I've been to. Really cool boardwalk, awesome ocean, cool like wharf and everything. We're gonna head over to this Saturn place now and get some vegan junk food. Another quick shout out to Maine Root Sodas, my favorite soda company. It was really cool to see their stuff all the way out in California. So this meal ended up being just okay, probably our worst dinner meal of the trip, which may have been somewhat our fault with what we ordered. We got this kind of fried sampler thing. It was like sweet potato fries and regular fries with garlic on them and some taquitos and some other stuff, some onion rings. It ended up just being kind of okay. Jamie got like a chicken ranch barbecue sandwich. It ended up being just kind of okay. Neither one was great. The best thing about hers was the bun and the black beans. This was definitely one of those times we were kind of craving those heavy junk foods, and after we ate them, we immediately regretted it. So we decided not to get dessert here and head back over to Monterey. I've been craving some more chocolate all day. This time I went with the Himalayan pink salt hot chocolate, and it was amazing. Easily the best hot chocolate I've ever had, and almost kind of funny how thick and rich it was. Most places would call this a sipping chocolate. This was definitely very different than a normal hot chocolate, but it was incredible. So that's it for day 4. After dinner, we just kind of headed on down the coast a little bit more to our Airbnb. We just went right to sleep, got up early the next day, so I can't wait to show you guys day 5. It was a really cool day in Monterey, also a very frustrating day for some other reasons as you'll see, but I hope you guys enjoyed day 4. I know I did. It was definitely one of my favorite days of the trip. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys back here for day 5.
Shut down.